Jimmy Kimmel's ratings are crashing and he's dashing away any hopes Disney might have for a turnaround. Going out every single night, Jimmy the uncancelable, saying things which were undefendable. And now he's getting worse. Today, folks, we'll show you why it's a terse situation at the House of Mouse. As Kimmel's ratings are so bad, the Hollywood trades are trying to hide how many people have gone away from Disney's Jimmy. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Come heed the call for understanding entertainment. We're happy to do so, a PhD level of understanding in what's really going on in the hallowed halls of Holly Weird. And yes, we understand them better than they understand themselves. Folks, as we dive in, click the like button and let's talk about the woes of Jimmy Kimmel. How low can he go in a ratings that's absolutely on a crash course with Disney. Jimmy Kimmel is crashing out. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chief Nerd, this is the quote from Jimmy Kimmel. There's no chaos in Portland. None, nada. Well, folks, we'll play the clip right now for you. And then I'm going to show you just how low those ratings can go for Disney's ABC late night, not so funny comedian who, by the way, they're still trying to prop up. They've got one last trick in the hat. We'll show you what that is. Here's Jimmy.
Antifa is just short for anti-fascist. It's not a club you can join. There are no membership dues, but they have matching signs. Okay, well, I guess we better round up these domestic terrorists, too. They look pretty matching to me.
Crowd applauds, rounding up Trump supporters. Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Spread it around. There's no chaos in Portland. None. There is no chaos in Chicago. There was no chaos in Los Angeles. They're pretending.
Can we just pause for a minute? Because this is actually so bad that I have to pause it. Yeah. In the past couple of years, I have repeatedly heard that Chicago is actually more dangerous than some third world countries out there that you know, there are places in Chicago that people would love to not have to live there because their lives are in danger all the time. This man is deranged. Yeah. This man is just flat out deranged.
Back in the day, they used to call it, I think, Chirac for a reason, you know, and I'm not referring to anybody's race, but just because of just the level of danger that was existing there.
I mean, this guy's crazy.
There's chaos as a pretense for a military takeover, but I'm open-minded. If there is chaos in these cities Trump calls hellholes, let's see it and decide if something needs to be done about it.
All right, we could do that. I don't want to spend the time doing that right now, but I mean, this is not hard. You can look up the Los Angeles ghettos, for example, it is everywhere. Tent cities everywhere. Just to take that as an example. Go ahead, Michelle.
Well, I feel like for this, because this is such a blatant lie of propaganda, I feel this quote from George Orwell, 1984, it is true. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. I mean, that's what that is. He wants you to reject the evidence of your ears and eyes of what we see and factually is happening in these places. It's insane.
It is, and you can YouTube this stuff, folks. You can go watch it. It's everywhere on the Tickety Talks. You can go watch the chaos of what people are dealing with in these places.
There are, I mean, hundreds of hours of streams of places like Chicago and Portland outside of ICE facilities constantly playing that document in real time what is actually going on there. Look, we might argue about chaos, not chaos, or whatever, but for the residents living there, I'm sure they would have a different definition than maybe Jimmy Kimmel would maybe espouse in this on this broadcast right here. It's gaslighting of the highest order. I mean, the evidence is you simply cannot deny its existence without willfully, well, I suppose lying there, allegedly.
There are YouTube channels that only exist to show you what's happening inside some of these urban areas. Let's go to Late Nighter real quick, because I'm going to show you how this is being spun. Jed Rosenzweig is the author here. It says, weekly ratings, Kimmel holds 11:35 p.m. lead. Me. Folks, why would they say an 11:35 p.m. lead? Why would the headline say that? That's a very, Michelle, isn't that a very specific time to hold a lead on?
That is very specific.
I would like
didn't even go. My mind didn't even go there. Wow.
Michelle, I've got an idea. Why don't you do a show at 11:32, and I'm going to see if I can force a late nighter to claim that Force of Light holds the 11:32 p.m. lead. Would you do that for me? We could make this happen.
I should. Yeah. The 11:32. There we go.
As NBC rides Taylor Swift surge, this is how they play the game, folks, and we call them out every time. It's so obvious. Jimmy Kimmel Live was the 11:35 p.m. ratings leader. It means nothing, and I'll show you why. According to Nielsen, live +3 data for the week of October 4th, Kimmel drew a nightly average of 2.28 million total viewers among viewers aged 18 to 49. The show's average was 250,000. While both figures were down from the prior week's Brooklyn run, off 23% among total viewers and down 34% in the demo, Kimmel remained well ahead of his network competitors. Oh, his network competitors. Oh, not his competitors, his network competitors. Call him out every time. Among those competitors, Fallon won the week's Momentum Award, with Jimmy Fallon climbing 35% week over week to 1.45 million total viewers. Reminder, Jimmy Fallon just declared that they were not going to cover politics anymore on his show. And he went up 35%. Said, we're done with politics. Okay. Late Night with Seth Meyers also posted gains, up 18%. Good for them. Stephen Colbert. Oh, wait a minute. Is this why? It's almost like I've reread this. Is this why Jimmy Kimmel was in the so-called lead? Stephen Colbert aired a full week of repeats? Oh, Colbert was doing reruns the whole week. He's down 56%. That means that the, what would we say here? The 44% that weren't watching him because their reruns went to Jimmy Kimmel because they don't want to go to Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's not covering politics anymore. That's what happened. Oh, so when Colbert comes back, Kimmel's going to crash? And look at this, ladies and gentlemen, on cable, Fox News Gutfeld continued to command the largest total audience among the shows we track. AKA Gutfeld is the actual lead. Scroll up just for a minute again. Kimmel holds 11:35 p.m. lead. They put it that way because they don't want to say Gutfeld is winning. He's been winning. He's always going to win. Gutfeld continued to command the largest total audience among the shows we track, drawing 2.93, almost 3 million viewers at 10 p.m. And that's even with a 12% decline from the prior week, likely because we are we have the national tragedy in the rearview mirror. We'll see how things go. But Gutfeld down, still dominating. Almost 3 million compared to Jimmy Kimmel at 2.28 million, and that's with Colbert in reruns. So he's picking up all the fun of Colbert. When Colbert comes back, folks, it's going to happen. Kimmel's going to be down below 2 million easily. He's going to be down around 1.5, 1.6 when Colbert comes back. And this is a crash for Disney. Panel, what say you? Kimmel is clearly getting desperate. He's uncancelable. There's no low that he can go to that would cause Disney to remove him at this point because Hollywood has said they won't allow it. So how long does this defense go, do you think? How long until finally folks just laugh when the news media try to give us these ridiculous headlines?
I think people have to be paying attention. And the problem is I don't think there's enough people that will be paying attention to realize that Kimmel's not only irrelevant, but that he's still on the air. I think all of these late night shows are kind of experiencing that same thing. There wouldn't be any publicity for these shows if it weren't for the fact that they were being canceled or eliminated or slowly dying. So, looking at this, I'm okay with all these shows going away because they're not producing anything that's good anymore. It's the same thing with Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live, I'm sure Tom will agree, hasn't been funny in over a decade. So it's just like, can you like try? Maybe figure out what your shortcomings are and fix them. You can't continue to dump $100 million a year into a show that's not going to return that same value. Even then, you're kind of banging your head on the wall. So,
Tom, your thoughts on this defense they're trying for Jimmy Kimmel? We're 3 weeks removed, and we talked about this. We predicted this exactly. We are three weeks removed. The only thing saving Kimmel right now is that Colbert's in reruns. That's done next week, and the crash out is here. I don't know what Maybe they'll just stop reporting the ratings.
They get called out for that.
Vash, take it away. What do you got?
They might start not reporting the ratings or whatever. It's just with the hyper specific, 11:35, hour there or block, I suppose, or programming. It does suggest they're trying to hide the 8 ball right here. I believe what Gutfeld is off at 11, so that's why they get around that. They get around that comparison right there. Look, if you're still watching Kimmel, and with some of those blatant, I want to just say lies. Look, I don't mean to call anybody that, obviously, but I don't think there's a better word to use in this instance. If you're still believing all that, if you're still absorbing that, great, awesome. And I suppose, when you read a headline like the top show in the 11:35 hour or whatever, maybe you actually believe it. But to any discerning viewer who obviously knows what's going on in these different places and what's going on with late night, it's a meme at this point.
Now, it's all intended, I believe, to keep this narrative up, and we know this. We know how the game is played. This is back from after the national tragedy, and this was how Jimmy Kimmel made it be all about him. I'm going to play this. This is the story they're trying to keep going, even though we're here showing, so that everybody's knowing exactly how this is playing out, going exactly as we said it would. Jimmy Kimmel's ratings are completely crashing, but here's what they want you to believe is still going on.
They're still being preempted in 60 American cities. On Tuesday, we had our second highest rated show in almost 23 years on the air. Our monologue from Tuesday night has more than 21 million views just on YouTube alone. And I want to say, we couldn't have done it without you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
You couldn't have done it without lying about a national tragedy and then having people tune in to see if you'd actually apologize. Mm-hmm. That's how they got the views. These people are actually sinister, Michelle. Like the depths they will go. There's something depraved about Jimmy Kimmel, where you lie about a national tragedy, you're taken off the air, your Hollywood buddies force Disney to put you back on, and then you make the tragedy all about Jimmy. And now the lie is continuing with these ridiculous headlines, declaring that he's number one at 11:35 when his main competitor doesn't come on at 11:35. This is. I'm glad we're calling them out, Michelle. Michelle, wrap us up on this topic, though. How does this play out over time? Is Jimmy Kimmel someone that in 6 months we're all going to feel sorry for, or is the industry going to quadruple down around the falsehoods of this man?
I don't think any of us here are going to feel sorry for him. Jimmy has made his bed. He's going to lie in it. He has, even after national tragedy, has just continues to gaslight, continues to tell lies, continues to go after Trump supporters. And he's going to continue to go into irrelevancy because people do not watch his show. The little, group that wanted to support him, they are already gone. And it's just going to get worse. And we all know the inevitable is coming. They're not going to renew this guy's show. It's on the way out. We just all have to. That's why I just try to ignore him until he's just finally off of the television. But kind of what you're saying, I think, we sometimes fail to realize just what level of narcissist these actors are, and him in particular. There's just total lack of self-awareness, self-reflection, owning up to anything, because in their mind, I think they really are never wrong.
Yep, I think you're exactly right. Folks, we had a chyron down at the bottom that was in error. It said Jimmy Kimmel surging after dropping politics. That was Jimmy Fallon. We apologize for that error that was on the screen. But folks, you know what we mean. Kimmel is down, Fallon is up after getting out of politics, and Gutfeld still reigns supreme. Colbert, meanwhile, in his final season, he's nowhere to be found. He's in reruns, and that's the only reason that Kimmel's ratings are not even worse. They'll go to that level next week. Hang tight. We'll be covering it so long as Late Night and these other articles are willing to give us the stats. I have my doubts. I think at some point they're going to say, you know what? They don't need to know that anymore because it's breaking our narrative. As ever, folks, we endeavor to have a good time here on the Pro Channel, and I have to say that spending time with you, talking about things that truly matter, Like the stories that shape our lives and our culture, well, it is the ride of a lifetime to steal from Bob Iger. And that's the only thing we'll steal from Bob because he has great security around his yacht. Folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment right on down below. Let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear from you. And folks, worry not, for more content is still on the way. 3 or 4 times a day. Let's do 4. I think that's better. And you know what? Don't forget that the Pro Show is live Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern. You can also join us for our friends on That Park Place, our partner program. We have a good time there too. Folks, until the next time we get the opportunity to have a good time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.